What's up? What's up? Welcome back. Today we're gonna be looking at the Fresh and Fit episode that happened a couple days ago. Had this lady on here that I think we needed to give an analysis on, see if she's a traditional Israeli girl or is she just a Miami modern woman. Let's get into it.
26.
26. And you were born in Israel?
I was born in Israel, yeah.
One of them boys, okay.
Yeah.
Where you go to high school?
Alonzo and Tracy Morning.
In the U.S.?
No, in Miami.
Okay.
Well, yes, in the U.S., but in Miami.
Okay. So you were born in Israel, but
raised in Miami.
I'm assuming you have dual citizenship?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, and what is your profession?
So I have my own marketing business.
Okay.
So digital marketing. And then I
Nice.
help my mom with a English learning program. It's called CAF USA for international students, people who just want to come to Orlando to learn English and go to the Disney parks and do all that touristy things in Orlando.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
You went to high school and you were raised like in Miami. You were born in Israel, but you're from Miami. Pretty
Correct.
Much.
All right, so what's crazy here is that she's happy about being Israeli, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when you grow up in the West, you can't really connect yourself to a traditional society when you were raised here and you went to college here and everything like that. Even if your family is traditional, that doesn't mean that you're going to come out like that.
Master's. I have a master's in business.
Okay. Where'd you get it from?
Florida International.
Okay. And then relationship status?
Single as a Pringle.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we could tell. We could tell.
What's funny here is that even before the show even starts, they know what they're about to get into. Fresh and Fit know what they're about to get into before it even starts, off the first question. And that's why I try and go through analysis like this and show people the sign language that Kevin Samuels was talking about.
Do you have to, is your family like pretty much saying like you got to get with a Jewish man, or it doesn't matter to them?
As long as I'm happy, I think that's all they
yeah. Well, the females carry the lineage anyway, right? So
excuse me?
The women in Judaism are the ones that carry the religion.
Correct.
Anyway, so
That's gross.
yeah, it's not like,
I'm Israeli. I can't help it. My apologies.
Okay, so she says here she's Israeli. She can't help it. Don't go putting this on traditional Israeli women. Like, you were raised in Miami and went to college in Miami. So all these mannerisms, I'm pretty sure is not Israeli. It's more modern than Israeli traditional woman. Now, I could be wrong. They could be going through some things like the West is going through. I've never been to Israel. Hopefully they're not going through the whole modern woman takeover that we have here.
So you as a man, can you tell us what men care about?
well, I'll get into that here in a second.
Now we're just like...
I'll get into that here in a second. But go, and then you didn't really have an answer when I asked you what qualifies you for a high value guy. You said that you would want a high value guy to hold himself with high value, which doesn't make sense, but that's fine. Move on to you. You said your parents' work ethic, being nurturing, a good partner, and 100% on both ends from both parties. Do you think high value men look for that in their partner?
I'm not sure because I'm not a man.
Yeah. So here she already displaying the need to be right by giving Myron that contradicting answer. It don't make no sense. We know you're not a man. We know you don't got no dick. We're going to see here that she tries to look so smart, but end up looking stupid as hell.
Can we agree that there's a disconnect here between what men want and what women want as well?
Think, like, do you not see that?
Well, there's 100% a disconnect since we're all women and we don't know what men want. We just assume what they want from when we're dating them and when we're seeing them.
But see, isn't it kind of strange that women don't really have to know what men want and they can kind of just make up in their heads
that's
what
what
they
you're
think
asking
men
us.
want? But here, please let me finish my point. I'm going somewhere with this.
Okay.
I find it amazing that women can get into their 20s, be educated, know all these things about the world, but not necessarily know what the man that they want, a high value guy, wants back in return. Yet a high value man must know what a woman wants to attract her in the first place.
Now, it's crazy how we even have to explain this to some women. They have to do no work whatsoever to attract someone. And we have to go through hoops and circus tricks and all this courting and just learning and getting to know you. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense that she doesn't already understand that. But being a modern woman, it makes sense to her to argue the facts.
The date, he has to understand you to a significant degree to make you feel comfortable enough to show up on the first day and not flake on him.
Absolutely not. If they're just physically attracted to you, And if they see by your profile, and I'm speaking specifically
Let me
towards
ask you a
dating
question
app
then.
and
If he's physically
Instagram,
attractive, hold on. He's physically attractive and he messages you, let's fuck. Are you showing up on a date?
absolutely not,
Why?
because that's not my intention.
Thank you. So he's got to have a conversation with you.
100%.
She literally contradicts herself to the point where, did you see the sister's face? Sister gave her that stink face.
Offsprings. And if our offsprings are our, main goal to make sure that they do the best that they can, that they get the best that they can, we're going to do everything in our power to achieve that.
So let me ask you this.
If a man walks out when they cheat, what are we supposed to do?
No, he didn't walk out.
He didn't walk out.
You
You threw him out. And my thing is, I'm trying to say this. You're saying you're more mature.
So I'd rather sit down and let a man cheat on me.
Here's my
Stop it. Get some help.
If you know, statistically speaking, a two-parent household is going to be far more conducive to that child's success. You're telling me that you can't control your feelings, except the fact that, this sucks, but we're going to stay together because it's better for the kids.
Okay.
I think that's maturity.
So let me switch
Hold on.
Let me
Breaking
switch.
up with him is actually one of the most immature things you could do, because what are you doing? You're operating off of feeling versus what's optimal for the child. What's optimal for the child is you biting your tongue, staying with the man, understanding that your marriage is duty, not your feelings, and being happy. And the two-parent household is what's most important.
So let me flip the question on you.
Sure.
If you were married and you had 3 kids, 4 kids.
Sure.
Okay. And your woman were to cheat on you multiple times, you would stick it out, you would stay with her, you wouldn't care if she just.
No, I would not. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Men and women are not the same. A woman cheating on a man is not the same as a man cheating on a woman. I can go have sex with 3 hookers and come back to my wife and love her. If you go have sex with 3 different dudes, you effectively don't love me anymore. That is the difference. Women have sex off emotion. Men have sex off of lust.
Scientifically proven.
But as I keep saying before, that's your opinion.
That's
All right, this shows exactly why we're in the state that we're in the U.S. They would rather get the guy they want, the high-value man, air quotes, high-value man, even though average guys are not looking to cheat on you, but the high-value man that they're looking for, they'll break their family up when it's the guy they wanted and they picked, and leave their family broken and their children without a father or mother.
No, they're never going to be 110% honest with me, even though I'm grown as fuck and I asked for it. They're never going to be honest with me. But I genuinely feel like if it were me in my mom's shoes, I would have stuck it out with my dad at least till I went to college.
But that's your opinion. You know what I mean? Like my parents have been married 40 years. So it really depends on how you were raised and the way and the values you grew up. So I really think
you got to
it
understand
depends.
that opinion, right? That you claim, right? It's just an opinion, but that opinion is rooted in a logical fact that it is better to stay together than to break up, from a statistical standpoint of that child having a fruitful life in the future and being a contributing member of society.
Like I keep
versus
saying,
you're
that's
operating
like your
off of
opinion.
your feelings as a female, breaking up the relationship because you feel a certain way, versus the real thing to do is to maintain that relationship for the betterment of the
Well,
children.
no, I just wouldn't be dishonest with my kids. So I would not tell them that my husband cheated on them. And to them, I don't want them to know that it's okay to be in a relationship where a husband cheats on you.
My dad didn't
So
cheat.
No. I'm not saying he did. I'm just saying in the
All right, so
conversation
she
that we're
thinks, in her
having,
opinion, that
I wouldn't hold
infidelity
it.
is grounds for the breakup of a marriage with children.
Correct, because I wouldn't want my kids.
Silly bitch, your weapons cannot harm me. Don't you know who the fuck I am?
It's like acceptable. We're just saying, for example, is it worth destroying the family? And
Yeah.
it's
Well,
not.
I'm not going to lie to my kids. So if my kids ask me about our life, I'm going to be 100% honest with them,
So
as
you
my
ruined
parents
their
were to
lives
me.
because of your feelings, is what you're saying.
Not ruin their lives. If
You did.
anything, I would tell
The
them,
man
listen,
cheating on you has nothing to do with the children.
100% it does,
Right.
because
No, it
they're going to
doesn't.
find out.
Oh.
Because they're going to find out
So,
regardless.
How?
How would they find out?
Because like I keep saying, my parents that have been married 40 years have been extremely honest with me. I don't know how
But
you
you
were
do-
raised, but that's how
But
I
you
was
do
raised.
realize that
All right, so I'm not going to make this video too long. I'm going to have to end it here. But I just want to say she's trying to do everything in her power to call women an alpha woman when doing the bare minimum for the relationship. It makes no sense. It's absolutely insane. We're going to come back at you guys with part 2. And like, share, subscribe. This is Grim Legacy. I'm out.